heard something really, really critical about Ekber, which is one of the reasons. I'm always concerned about you buying genuine properties and properties that are guaranteed to get you money. And that is why we don't sell just any properties. We sell properties that we are sure and guaranteed that you won't have to run into any issues from it. So I want to talk about one of the critical things you need to be knowing about the Ekber neighborhood as a whole before buying properties. But I'm going to give the honor to my ample, amiable, beautiful mentor, someone I respect so much, Mr. K. Say, you see, Mr. K, everything about his brain, it carries real estate. It carries real estate like, the way when you see a mainframe computer, or I don't know if it's a mainframe or whatever aspect of computer that is the brain of the computer. Oh my God, son, allow us now. Let's make this video. You see, the other aspect of computer that carries everything. When it has to do with real estate, this is Mr. K. Everything needs to talk about real estate, and you're buying properties without having to worry about issues. Mr. K has it for us. And please, Mr. K.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the reasons, reasons we came in here critically, is because of the state of properties around this Ekber region. There are a lot of properties selling online. You're seeing properties selling 1 million, 800,000, even so for 800,000. I'm like, okay, there are 2 million, 5 million, 15 million, and a whole lot more. But I understand, as this terrain, this neighborhood, we need to understand it before we even get to talk about properties. And I understand I'm talking about the legal title concerns. So, Mr. K, please enlighten us a bit more about the legal aspect of real estate, covering Ekber as a whole, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. So, in terms of title documentations,
please, is there a way we can? Is it better get away from zone? Is there anywhere?
Unless we back it.
Yes, let's back it.
Very well. So, in Ekber axis, the title documentations are. We have various title documentations in Ekber basically.
Okay.
So the land in Ekber is divided into a number of divisions. The first is freehold, which is what you see on a lot of properties in Ekber. That means it's under free acquisition. You can buy. It's safe to buy. And go ahead, do your register survey on it and get your CFO on it. Yeah. But there are other divisions of land that you will see in Ekber, which a lot of developers will not tell you about. Okay, we have agric, we have forestry land, we have the military land as well.
Wow.
No, the military don't even go near, don't buy at all for the military. Don't buy at all. That's why it is good you always conduct your due diligence before you buy in property, especially in a place like Ekber. I know most developers tell you it's freehold, the CFO, but ensure you do your own due diligence to be sure that what they told you about is exactly what it is. Now, for the agric and the forestry, the truth is they can be ratified. That means you can process a good document, like you can process a CFO on it, which you get. But you need to first change the status of the land, which means you need to get to allow first to confirm the processes of changing the status of the land from agric or forestry into a freehold. That means you can pretty much do anything on it once you have changed it. Because
sorry, Mr. K. Let me just for understanding purpose. You understand? We told Mr. K mentioned there are different types of documentation covering properties in Ekber. So we have the freehold title, we have the agricultural and forestry, and we have the military. The military is no go area, no triumph. So the freehold, it means you're free. You can buy those properties and get your CFO. You don't have issues at all. But now Mr. K is trying to enlighten us more about the agricultural and forestry land. Where you're buying these properties, it's important for you to go to the Alausa, the quarter of Ministry of Lands, to find out what properties you're actually buying. It's not enough for a developer to tell you that this property has also document. Everybody can say that. You have to go to the land itself. First of all, chart the coordinates, and then from the information from the coordinate, you can now verify every detail about the property at Alausa. Please don't work with whatever a developer gives you. So that is the essence of this thing. So Mr. K will still, take us around on when you get to how to rectify a property that has an agricultural title or forestry title. So that's what Mr. K is talking about. All right, let's keep it going.
So the process of that conversion from either agricultural land or forestry land. It's called ratification, basically. That's what it says. So it's the government that will tell you exactly what you need to do. But news from the same Ministry of Land has it that it's a bit difficult to convert those lands into freehold.
Wow.
You understand? Okay, we heard in news somewhere that for the agric land, you need to first get an agric CFO on the land. And that agric CFO will be given for 25 years. The tenure of the CFO is 25 years before you can even convert it. So if you would even buy, if that news is true, of course, from reliable source, if that news is true, that means you need to first get the CFO for the agric. And wait for 25 years before you can even start building on it, because if you carry an agric survey, you can't build residential structure or commercial structures on it. It has to be for farming purposes.
Wow.
Do you understand now?
Wow.
Then for the forestry, there is no, currently from news that we have, there is actually no clear-cut procedure as to how it can be ratified, even though it can be ratified. But of course, it's Nigeria. Anything is possible. But as well, I would always advise people that want to buy, that if you want to buy, it's better you buy freehold land. But if you are very sure that you have what it takes, you have the energy to undergo the whole procedure of converting agric or forestry land, and you have, of course, the financial power as well to convert from agricultural land or forestry land into freehold, so you can put up residential structures on it, of course, please go ahead and buy. Do you get what I'm saying now? But it is better to know where you're getting into at the beginning. You understand? Know that, okay, you have signed up for this exactly, instead of just the developer telling you it is freehold and you find that it is forestry, it is agric, and then you still have to undergo a certain kind of procedure to convert the status of the land. So that's why it is very, very expedient that you carry out your own due diligence to know what you're buying before you buy.
Wow.
So that's my own input.
No, this is amazing. This is amazing. You know, like I love you guys. I love. It's not just enough for us to buy properties. Like, we work hard to get this money. We work hard. Like, look at me now. Yeah, Mr. K, we're under the sun. So imagine having to go through all of this only to buy a property, and they will not put hand in their nose and saying, yeah. It's not fair. It's not nice. So that is why we go through all of this, to make sure that you don't fall prey and victim to circumstances, anything relative to this, especially in real estate, the best we can. So it is important, because we see all these properties. I've seen tons and tons of them online and everywhere, which I know very well that these properties don't have, like, the developers don't even tell you that these properties are the agricultural land or forestry. At least for you to now it's not your own decision, you understand, to make, to embark on it. They will just say freehold and they will say registered survey. It's not fair. So if you're buying any property this season, if you're buying properties in Ekpe, anywhere at all, I'm going to be listing the 4 best and reliable properties around this neighborhood for you to buy into, because this neighborhood is actually worth buying. Forget about whatever is going on, people being scammy around this, around real estate. It doesn't mean that the properties are not worth buying. So we're going to be making a video on the top 5 best 4 properties. I'm going to just stick to 4 properties, 4 best properties you can buy reliably and comfortably without having to run fall prey to any form of scam. Okay. So it's important, if you've bought property already, please go ahead and get a surveyor, and I'll list Mr. K. If you need Mr. K's help on anything, Mr. K, show your help, because I know there are people like they are not in Nigeria.
Of course.
Thank God. See, if you have any person, if you need anyone on your team, as far as it has to do with real estate matters, this is I belong to a Realtor association, and this is the head of that association. Any properties. Before I got to meet him, like, it's a privilege. So it's always a privilege getting to know you. I love how your sincerity, your genuinity. We don't come across people like this often. I'm telling you the truth. I've seen a lot of realtors, people that, they are making good money, they're driving good cars. I'm not saying that those things are not good, but our core job here is to serve. And so have people that are able to open their heart to serve, like Mr. K does. I call Mr. K as he always speaking up, he's responding. This is the best person you can have on your team, is to have Mr. K on your team. As far as real estate, he will tell you honestly, we are not hungry, we are okay, but it doesn't mean that we are all in here for business, but it doesn't mean that we should, sell faulty lands or properties for you at your own expense. It doesn't make sense. It's selfish, and we don't operate that way. So if you need Mr. K, I thank God he's so kind enough. He's open. Please relate to him. You want to buy any properties, and you need guidance, you need help. He may not be a legal, a real estate attorney, but the thing is, Mr. K knows. He's worth more than most real estate attorneys. I'm telling you, like, what most real estate attorneys in Lagos do not understand, because there is the book part of things, there's the book part of business, and there's the experience part of things. So when you're able to marry the both together, that is when you can now be considered an expert. But when you know only one side, you're still you're still at risk. Let's put it that way. So Mr. K, thank you so much. I love you, like, for real. I love you, Mr. K. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There was one property, let me just put it out there. There was one property from one of our real estate companies, our developers. They've always had good projects. I love their project. So they brought a new project into the market, and I was like, okay, because I've seen their past project and I trust them. But I needed to discuss, because with anything that has to be learned, I don't do it without Mr. K first. So I discussed it with Mr. K. What's up? That was when I now got, because I won't lie to you, let's be honest. One of the reasons realtors don't take the route of going through making due diligence on properties is because sometimes it's financially tasky, especially when you're not sure about selling those properties. So, but when we have someone coming in to buy any property, we advise the person carry out their due diligence, or we carry out due diligence on those properties first to guarantee before we give the person the go ahead to buy. So before we come in here to make this filming and market this project, I had to speak with Mr. K first. Mr. K, what's your take on this property? He does the job, like, you see, I'm telling you, as a realtor, I don't do all those work entirely. But before you buy, I will tell you what to do, or I do it myself. But Mr. K, whenever a property comes in that he has interest in, Mr. K will carry the work on his head, find out everything. That was why Mr. K I had to like, Mr. K, what's up about this property? Should we? And I said, no. I'm like, really? I know this property, this company, their project, I love their project. They've been sincere, they've been honest. He now gave me the, historical part of this, and I'm like, okay, that means it's not good. So not so good to be entirely trustworthy. Nothing should ever take away the place of due diligence from your work, because that's how you get to protect yourself. It doesn't matter the kind of relationship you have with someone. Conduct due diligence for yourself. So it's okay. Eshe. Thank you so much. Really, you're a gift and you're a blessing to real estate. Real estate won't be complete without you. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you do. Okay. We've been talking so much about these properties, and we've been talking about you conducting a due diligence. So this is Yellow Gardens. I told you we are going to be showing you 4 best properties you can buy around this neighborhood. I don't have the grace to carry out due diligence on all properties around this neighborhood, but these are the 4 best. I can guarantee that you won't run into any issue. This property, I'm going to be honest with you, at the moment, the situation around Ekpe, the real estate sector in Ekpe, is not guaranteed that you will be able to find a property with freehold title without it costing so much. So the current properties around Ekpe, in fact, as a matter of fact, aside from the cost aspect, you rarely find a property that has a freehold title in Ekpe at the moment. Most of those properties have been sold out, or some they are keeping it for wherever everywhere it blows up, so that they can sell at higher prices. So what is most saturated in the market right now is agricultural and forestry land. And that land, except you don't mind using it for farming, and worst case scenario, if those properties are forestry land, I don't know, it means you can't do anything, you can't even farm on it. You just keep it as donation to grow our forestry sector. But either ways, let's go back to the subject. This property here is a property you won't have to have issues. This property is in Ogun State. It's about within a 2-minute drive distance. Like when we drove in here, it was about under 2 minutes. A 2-minute drive distance from the bridge, the toll gate there between Ekpe and Ogun State. So this property is in Ogun State, not Ekpe. This is the only places where you can find, property that won't lose your peace. You buy properties, you have peace of mind. I'm just being honest, especially for this price point. This property is going for 1.5 million naira, and this is because it's going at a promo discount. The base price of this property is 2.5 million naira, but after the 31st of December, the property is going to be going back to 1.5 million naira. So if you're buying this property here, this place is on the express road, and as a matter of fact, this place is going to enjoy so much development, because places here, this place you can even build on it. If you don't mind living in a peace and quiet neighborhood, their house is already here. You can see people are living. Houses are not far from here. Development is already moving here. People are living here, so you can build this place and start living if you want to live in it. But if you don't want to live in it, you don't have a problem. But this is a property you have peace of mind, and you don't have to worry about anything at all. I've been talking so much about this property, and I hope I'm not boring you. It's just that the things you're talking about, I feel like it's a necessity for you to know. That is why we take the time to talk about these things. Not because I love talking, I don't enjoy talking. Actually, I'm tired. But I hope you're getting value from this video, and I hope you're getting value from it, because money is important. You go through so much to make that money. Most of us, we work 2 to 3 jobs out there. It's not fair for you to go through all of those rigor only for you to, buy properties in Nigeria and end up realize that they were scam. So that is why we go through all of these things to give you the best properties. So we're going to be taking you around other properties around these places for you to get to make a choice on which you want to go with. But this is one of the most useful properties you can buy, and you won't have to worry about anything else. Man, I love the peace and quiet here. Can you hear the birds? Look at that. Okay, all right, let's exit here. Okay, bye bye.